MetroNews Talkline live on Good Friday. Even though it's a holiday weekend, we'll still release steam in a little bit. Let's get the show rolling.
Do not attempt to change the station. You are surrounded.
We interrupt this program to bring you an emergency news bulletin. Repeat, this is an emergency bulletin. Keep your radio turned on.
From the studios of WVRC Media and the MetroNews Radio and Television Network, the voice of West Virginia, comes the most powerful show in West Virginia. This is MetroNews Talkline with Dave Wilson and TJ Meadows.
Check set line up link. Activated Telos telephone. Switch network control from Charleston to Morgantown.
Stand by. Q Dave and TJ. You're on. MetroNews Talkline is presented by Encova Insurance, encircling you with coverage to protect what you care about most. Visit Encova.com to learn more.
Welcome inside the Encova Insurance Studios. Dave Wilson of Morgantown. TJ Meadows is in Charleston. Sophia Wasick is our radio producer, if you're listening in on one of our great radio affiliates across the state of West Virginia. Jake Link handles the video side. You can watch the live video stream at the MetroNews TV app, Facebook Live, YouTube. No subscriptions required here. We provide this to you as a service, which we do each and every day. Coming up this morning, got a lot to get to. Heard women's basketball coach Juli Fulks going to join us bottom of the hour. Marshall will play in the WNIT Championship tomorrow. Stirewalt at 11:06, and of course, steam release coming up at 11:33 this morning. With all that said, good morning, TJ Meadows.
Good morning, sir. A good Friday. News reports this morning say the old city in Jerusalem is empty. Empty. Not a lot of people going out. Of course, all the war efforts going on and things happening. But I was curious as to whether or not folks would be there given everything that's happening. It appears not a lot, but good Friday. The other big question of the day seems like the most asked question I've gotten so far, David. Are we doing steam release on Good Friday?
Well, yeah.
The answer is yes.
We have to provide that because you don't want to go into a holiday weekend with pent-up tension, right?
No.
So this is a public service. That way, when you're at Easter dinner on Sunday, you don't have an accidental, kerfuffle among the families when, somebody swipes your Easter egg.
And that does happen.
Are you a peanut butter egg kind of guy? Cadbury eggs? Do you go for the Cadbury eggs?
No, not the Cadbury. I kind of like the one. I guess it's Reese's. They do, those style. That's more me. That, and I like to have them straight out of the fridge. I like them cold.
Oh. All right, we're on the same page.
Cold and a glass of milk.
Here's the big question. I want to throw this out there and see if anybody bites. Peeps, are you in or out? We'll pull a weekly here. Are you in or out on Peeps?
Do you want me to answer now?
Sure. Go ahead.
So out. I got a video. I'll try to find it and send it to Jake. Maybe we can work it in. Burn these things in a fire and look what happens to them. I put them over the fire and let them burn. I'm just not a Peep guy. I don't know. I don't.
All out.
Yeah, I'll have to find that video.
All right. So we're 2 for 2 here. I'm totally out. Can't stand it.
Okay. Yeah,
gross.
Me either.
Awful. Yeah. It's better be covered. Whatever it is, Easter candy needs to be covered in chocolate. All right, in or out on Peeps, by the way. You can weigh in on that. 304-TALK, 304 is the number, and 800-765-TALK is that's the phone number in the text line. Earlier this week, Stubblefield Institute hosted a panel discussion regarding data centers, hosted that over at Shepherd University. Among the panelists was Jefferson County Commissioner Cara Keys, and among the concerns she addressed was a lack of local control. Jake, go ahead and cue that clip up. Here's what she had to say, among some other comments, at the panel discussion earlier this week.
As a Republican, I greatly appreciate local control, and I think that was a failure in this bill, and I'm proud to say that. So there's a lot of things, and then as a commercial appraiser, this type of lack of regulation is not done anywhere, and so I want to preface that all data centers throughout the country have local control. And so you can be upset at the bill, but don't be upset at folks trying to do the right thing. And don't be upset with local folks who fought back. But be critical of this bill. This bill allowed Charleston to supersede local control. Everything we had in place is thrown out the window.
That is Cara Keys during the Stubblefield Institute's panel discussion this week. The Jefferson County Commissioner joins us on MetroNews Talkline this morning. Cara, good morning. Thanks for taking some time here.
For having me, gentlemen.
Absolutely. So what kind of problems could we be setting ourselves up for in West Virginia with the lack of local control in House Bill 2014?
Well, we tend to like to make ourselves a future victim. If we study West Virginia history a little bit, it's like, when we were on the data center panel, you had a data center representative here who had bought land prior to HB 2014. And he came in and he said on the panel, I want to go where I am welcome. I want to work with the local communities and ensure that I meet the regulations, provide some adequate buffers, work with what they would like us to focus on. So in Jefferson County, there's a few things that we focus on, but in Mingo County, they might have other priorities, and that's their right. That's the citizens of Mingo County, and that's the citizens of Jefferson County, and that's why you should be going local. You have a planning commission, you have county commissioners, you have folks in charge and trusted at the local level that have the ability to hear from folks prior to approvals. And so it's very important. This makes you wonder what kind of companies who are going to and are willing to come in with the incentive of superseding local control, and with the NDA and lack of transparency. You're going to be able to have companies who could potentially relish in the opportunity to have these NDAs and not have local feedback and not work with folks because it's not codified to do so. So we are grateful in Jefferson County. This company seems to be wanting to do the right thing, but Tucker County, their representative Amy on that same panel kind of laid out a scenario that is potentially the worst case scenario. And so there's going to be a lot of room for human error when, these are staff decisions that are not public facing, that are not videoed, that are not getting impact. And just from a practical standpoint, I just want to lay out an option. So you live in a county, it could be anywhere in West Virginia, and you have no idea your next door neighbor is about to develop a data center until it is approved. And so you don't know where the buildings are going to be in relation to your house. You don't know if they're going to be pulling wells. You don't know any of the environmental concerns that would directly impact your property rights as a landowner next to that property. And so when you have local input and local control, these are publicly posted meetings. It gives the opportunity to have a back and forth discussion with immediately impacted landowners. And so data centers are throughout the entire United States. Data Center Alley, Loudoun County, Virginia, where you have more data centers than anywhere else in the country, and one of the largest areas in the world, they have local control, they have zoning ordinance, and actually with time, they've beefed up their zoning ordinance. So what they used to have is 200-foot buffers towards residential setbacks. So if a data center comes in and it is next to a residential development, they used to have 200 feet setbacks, but now they have 500 feet because with time they've realized the impacts that have been heard in the county, and they increased it. So it's transparency, it's local control. I mean, there's so many parts of this bill that set us up for a failure. It's inevitable.
What does compromise look like to you? Do you have to have total control, or are you willing to share it with the state? What's it look like from your point of view, and how do you get there?
I think there's ways that you can streamline, and Mr. Morris brought up some good points. There are some counties that do not have a planning commission, who do not have subdivision regulations potentially or zoning ordinance, and most of the counties don't even have a zoning ordinance. Jefferson, where I represent, we do, but that should be a give and take between county and the state. So if a county, I think really what could have happened is you could have had an opt-in, opt-out, or some sort of, hey, if you'd like to be a part of this, of the approval process, how can we work with the counties who would like to be part of that? We have a comprehensive plan where we've mapped out our 20-year growth period. So how do you have a data center plopped over areas that we didn't have, regarded for, an industrial use? So we as a county voted to have a comprehensive plan, and our goal over the next 20 years and over the next year was to develop data center regulations in our industrial zones. So we're not saying, Jefferson County wasn't saying, and we did not vote against the idea of having data centers. And one of the interesting things I did in the panel discussion is I polled the room. These are educated, passionate people about data centers. I polled the room and I said, all right, I want to hear from the audience. Can you raise your hand if you're adamantly opposed to data centers? And I had, of the 100 or so folks, about 6 people raise their hand. They're adamantly opposed no matter what. Then I said, okay, well, who is okay with data centers when there's guardrails and local input? Most of the room raised their hand overwhelmingly, and you can see it in the video. And then I asked, who is build, baby, build, close your eyes, put them anywhere? And 2 people raised their hand. And so I think that is a really good example of why there are weaknesses with this bill. You know, I'm all for economic development. I'm all for helping West Virginia thrive. You know, QTS was already something that was happening without Charleston stepping in. So, you know, I also want to give credit to counties who are doing a good job at, you know, promoting commercial growth and, you know, want to have decisions made by their people, you know, for the people. So.
Cara Keys joining us, Jefferson County Commissioner. What should we learn from other states, such as next door in Virginia over there, over in Ohio, where there's actually a push to stop data center development? What should we learn from those other states, Cara?
Well, they all, even with the pushback areas, they all have local control. And I think, you know, data centers are inevitable. You need your phone in order to do your job. You need to have AI in order to move forward as an industry. I'm not an anti-data center. I'm the person that wants data centers methodically with critical thinking applied to decisions. It's not an all or nothing conversation. And I think people need to be willing to think critically about this. It's not a loyalty test. It's a, let's take a step back and see what should be applied here.
So we have the law as we have it now. What do you want to do, and what will you do moving forward to try to change the law?
I hope that legislators will listen. I hope that there can be amendments made to this bill next legislative session. You know, I fought during the passing of this bill, you know, April 1st, 2025. As soon as it passed the House of Delegates, I contacted my legislators. I gave public comments. I went on the radio. During the rulemaking process, I did the same thing. I tried to address rules that wouldn't conflict with the bill, but could have empowered the bill to be stronger for local control in a sense. And so, again, just I'm open to conversations of solutions, but I think legislators are going to start to learn what the impacts of this are as they start dropping in communities, and you know, the weaknesses are shown. So I'm always happy to work with. I think now my goal.
Let me ask you bluntly: have you talked to the governor about this? I mean, he's from your neck of the woods. Have you all spoken about this?
I've reached out to him. He's not directly talked to me one-on-one, but in public arenas, I've talked with him back and forth. You know, there was a legislative kind of roundtable discussion with all the Eastern Panhandle County commissioners, and you know, and that was probably in the fall of 2025. And you know, he was very adamant that, you know, we should be supporting this bill, and I, you know, respectfully disagreed with the setbacks, the issues that I've discussed with this bill, and the worry that I have for how this will be received. You know, we basically created an environment that is immediately adversarial. So data centers nationally are already, you know, there's a lot of pushback in general, but to shove it down people's throats, you know, that's not a good starter. And you know that every county is different. Some counties, if they want to have the state make these decisions for them, that's their choice. But I don't think this is going to be a widely supported view by, you know, local communities.
Cara Keys, Jefferson County Commissioner. Good discussion on the panel discussion, and we appreciate you coming on today. Thank you very much. Have a nice Easter weekend.
Thanks, you too. Take care.
Coming up next, Pam Bondi is out. We'll talk to Jared Halpern.
Tens of thousands of hardworking West Virginians earn their living in our state's growing natural gas industry, including thousands for Antero Resources, West Virginia's top natural gas producer. Antero's investments are boosting our local workforce and small businesses. We're proud to give back and invest locally to support West Virginia workers producing West Virginia energy. But the Mountain State's best days are ahead, and Antero Resources is just getting started. Visit AnteroResources.com to learn more.
Your heart deserves world-class care, close to home and always within reach. At WVU Medicine's Heart and Vascular Institute, we offer everything from routine checkups to advanced treatments, helping you manage heart disease, high blood pressure, and more with personalized care. For more information, visit wvumedicine.org/heart.
You're listening to Talkline on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
Leading the efforts to build a stronger West Virginia, the High Technology Foundation has a proven plan to strengthen and diversify our state's economy. The I-79 Technology Park's high-capacity infrastructure continues to attract advanced federal operations that are driving economic growth. This keeps our young, educated residents in the state and brings West Virginians home. The High Technology Foundation, building a stronger West Virginia. Learn more today at WVHTF.org.
Across West Virginia, hospitals are always here, healing, helping, and standing strong for our communities. Hospitals save lives and build livelihoods. They're among our largest employers, with a passionate workforce of 54,000 West Virginians. Hospitals are economic drivers, contributing close to $17 billion to our state's economy and working to ensure access to care for all. From life-saving moments to wellness support, West Virginia hospitals keep our state healthy, our families strong, and our future bright.
Sunshine, open roads, and a new Toyota from Dan Cava Toyota World. Lease an all-new Camry for as low as $398 a month. All new Tundras now up to $8,000 off. All new Tacomas now up to $4,500 off, or lease as low as $399 a month. $7,500 off the new BZ or 0% financing for 72 months. We've got a Toyota for you at Dan Cava Toyota World in Fairmont. Shop the world.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
MetroNews Talkline is presented by Encova Insurance, encircling you with coverage to protect what you care about most. Visit Encova.com to learn more.
Yesterday, the White House announced that Attorney General Pam Bondi was out, and Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche would be in, at least temporarily. Fox News Radio's Jared Halpern joins us from D.C. with more. Jared, good morning. Thanks for joining us.
Good morning.
What was the final straw that broke the camel's back with Pam Bondi?
I don't think there was a final straw. Sources indicate this is something President Trump had been thinking about for some time and believed now was the time to make a change in leadership at the Justice Department. Sources indicate that there was no bad blood between the two. The president certainly was laudatory in his announcement, crediting Pam Bondi with bringing down the crime rate and the murder rate. She remained a loyal ally of the president's, sometimes even at the professional peril of losing cases or losing indictments against some of these investigations of perceived political foes of President Trump. It is notable the timing for a couple of reasons. One, she was let go, we are told, Wednesday night, right before the president addressed the nation on Iran. That morning, she had accompanied President Trump to the Supreme Court to hear oral arguments on his birthright citizenship executive order. For those of us who heard those arguments in real time, it seemed clear that the justices were unswayed by many of the arguments being made by the Justice Department, by the Solicitor General. If that is what happens, it would be the second high-profile loss for President Trump at the Supreme Court after the tariff case. The other timing issue is that Pam Bondi has faced criticism from both Republicans and Democrats over the Justice Department's handling of the Epstein files. First, her kind of remarks from the get-go that the client list was on her desk and she was reviewing it. She backtracked that, indicated that those remarks were taken out of context. The report from the Justice Department said there was no such client list. Questions about transparency, about redactions, about how this release was handled have continued to plague Pam Bondi and indirectly President Trump. She was subpoenaed and is supposed to testify, Pam Bondi is, to the House Oversight Committee in about 2 weeks. It's unclear now if that will happen. Folks on that panel are suggesting she ought to still testify and answer their questions. The chairman of the committee, Republican James Comer, has been less direct, less committal. He said that the panel will get together and have a conversation about steps forward. And the third issue with the timing, I think, is just the politics of it, right? Let's say that the Senate flips after the midterm elections. I don't know if it will. Polling says it's probably still an uphill climb for Democrats, but it's certainly a possibility, right? If that happens, getting an attorney general nominee across the finish line is going to be much, much, much more difficult for President Trump than it would be under the current Senate, Republican-led Senate. So I would not be surprised if he is thinking about some changes in his cabinet for those to happen sooner rather than later to avoid any sort of challenge that could come up if, in fact, Democrats win control of the chamber.
Any rumblings from the smart money about who the next AG may be, or do we take the interim? Does he move in permanently? What are you hearing?
I think that the president's considering, we're told the president's considering a number of folks. And I do think that Todd Blanche is somebody who could ultimately keep that job permanently. He has been in the number 2 position for the duration of this administration. He has a past career inside the Justice Department. He is a close ally of President Trump. Recall, he was a personal attorney for the president during a lot of the civil and criminal trials that President Trump faced in those years between his 2 terms. So I think he is somebody that could certainly be on any sort of short list if such a list exists. And the other name that we have heard quite a bit bantied about is the president asking folks about the EPA administrator, Lee Zeldin. Again, somebody who President Trump has really spoken highly of in his role as EPA administrator and trying to cut through these regulations, again, viewed as very much a loyalist and an ally politically of President Trump. We have heard potentially the U.S. Attorney for the District of Columbia, Janine Pirro, could go into that nomination hat, maybe some folks from outside the administration as well. I've heard Ron DeSantis, the governor of Florida. I do not know if that is a job he is interested in, but it would be another kind of team of rivals, so to speak, added to the cabinet.
Jared, we'll have to leave it there. This is Talkline on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia. It's 10:30. Let's get a news update from the Metro News Radio Network. Find out what's happening all across the great state of West Virginia.
West Virginia Metro News. I'm Jeff Jenkins. A coal miner is dead following a mining accident in Raleigh County. A statement this morning from Governor Patrick Morrisey identifies the miner as Aaron Worricks. Morrisey says the accident occurred at the Panther Eagle Horse Creek mine near Pettus in Raleigh County. Quoting the governor here, our hearts go out to his family, loved ones, and co-workers during this incredibly difficult time. Both the Federal Mine Health Safety Administration, MSHA, and the State Office of Miners Health Safety and Training are investigating. You can read more at WVMetroNews.com. State Supreme Court candidate Martin Red Hat, formerly Red Shoe Sheehan, has lost a federal court case over what he can say about himself as a judicial candidate. Metro News statewide correspondent Brad McElhaney has taken a look at the court order.
In a federal lawsuit, Sheehan sought a temporary restraining order and an injunction, arguing that rules prohibiting candidates from making certain pledges or statements about pending cases violate his First Amendment rights on the campaign trail.
U.S. District Judge Thomas Johnston this week denied Sheehan's motion for a temporary restraining order. Read more from Brad at WVMetroNews.com. The West Virginia Republican Party reports its registration has grown by 3,800 voters in the last 2 months, while the overall registration of Democrats, according to the GOP, has dropped by 861 voters. You're listening to Metro News. For 40 years, the voice of West Virginia.
Come on, Liam, let's go. Get open. Come on, go for it. Wake up. Wake up, Liam. Oh, come on, use your head. Gotta want it. Dominate.
There he goes again. Liam's dad yelling from the stands, trying to relive his glory days.
I know. We're just trying to have fun out here and play with our friends. Like, it's not that deep.
He seriously needs to get a grip.
Does he really think he's helping Liam play better?
I feel bad for Liam. I know he's embarrassed his dad ruins every game like this. I mean, I would be too.
Someone needs to tell him this isn't about him.
Yeah, stop trying to coach from the stands and just cheer.
That's what Liam wants.
That's what we all want.
Be your student's biggest fan, not their biggest critic. This message presented by the WVSSAC and the West Virginia Athletic Directors Association.
13-year-old Andrew Grigsby of Morgantown will be at the Augusta National Golf Club this weekend, competing in the National Drive Chip and Putt Championship.
Just so exciting just to be able to go there and just hit a golf ball there is a dream come true, and super excited to do it.
He plays golf after school most days. Augusta will host the Masters next week. This Good Friday is going to be a warm one in West Virginia. Easter Sunday forecasted to be cooler with a chance for rain. From the Metro News Anchor Desk, I'm Jeff Jenkins.
.304 Talk 304 is the text line, and 800-765-TALK's the phone number. Steam release 1 hour from now. Might have started a little something here this morning. Innocent comment about Easter candy, and I stole Dave Weekley's bit, in or out on Peeps. TJ and I are out. This texter just simply says out. This texter says Peeps and then 3 puking emojis. I agree. This texter says, Peeps are the best Easter treat ever, but only if the package is opened and left in the drawer until they are so stale, they snap when you bite into them and pull. And that one has, what would that be, a cool face emoji with the sunglasses. In or out on Peeps for Easter candy? I'm out on big time. TJ's out as well.
Yeah, I'm out. I'm betting if I buried Peeps, they're probably not biodegradable. Do you want to eat something like that? I could dig them up 5 years from now. They'd still be there.
Give me a Cadbury egg, something covered in chocolate. Not even, a Peep, not even covered in chocolate. Don't want that either. But I digress. Coming up tomorrow, Marshall will host Illinois State in the WNIT Championship. Marshall 27-9 on the season. Tip-off 3 o'clock tomorrow. No excuse for an empty seat at the Cam Henderson Center. Joining us on MetroNews Talkline this morning is the Marshall women's basketball coach, Juli Fulks. Coach, good morning. Thanks for joining us.
Well, good morning. I appreciate you having us, and I feel like I should start by saying I am also against Peeps.
Well, you're in good company then. Good. What is your go-to Easter candy then?
I am the go-to sweet tarts that are shaped like little Easter creatures. I love sweet tarts, and they make their own Easter version, so that has always been. My mom still gets me a bag of those every year.
Very nice, very nice. Are you a superstitious coach? Do you have pregame rituals, routines that you have to go through every night?
I don't. I like it when it's organized and, we know what to expect and we get everything done early so we're not stressed. And tomorrow is going to be one of those days where there's just going to be a lot of extra things. So we're going to try to make sure we can stick to our normal game routine. But I don't tend to be on the overly superstitious side.
So, Coach, lay it out for us. What do you have ahead of you coming up here?
Well, we're really excited about this matchup, and one of the things I think this group has been exceptional about since we got back from the Sun Belt tournament is they have been great in their preparation. We have had fantastic practices. This tournament obviously requires you to turn it around quickly, and this week, especially with playing Friday, Monday, Wednesday. And I thought this group did such a good job between playing at home Monday. We had to get to Arkansas. We had 75-minute practice. They were dialed in. They were energetic. We had a great practice Tuesday. We had a really good shoot-around, and they did such a good job of going through the game plan. So we got back really late Wednesday night. We took yesterday off. They needed to rest and sleep. We're getting ready to go into practice today. This is a team that is very efficient on offense, have just fantastic post players. They have a young lady who is really efficient from the court, and then they're good at finding shooters, and they're above 30% from the three-point line. So defensively, we're going to need to do a really good job of pressuring the basketball and making sure that we push their post players off the block and create a lot of extra possessions from us on turnovers.
Talking to Herd women's basketball coach Juli Fulks. Marshall will take on Illinois State in the WNIT championship tomorrow. So one thing you do before every game, at least every home game, is you actually meet with fans. You go over the Fulks file. How did this start?
Last year we were just, we had a slow start last year, and we wanted to find a way to engage our fans and have them see what the game plan was coming into it. And it started, with probably 30 to 40 people, and now it's packed and sold out. And I'm not sure how it's gonna work tomorrow because we're gonna have a lot of fans in the gym. But we wanted to give them an inside look, and so they actually see the exact same game board that our players see, plus a couple extra analytics that we don't share with our team because there's only so much information that we can have our team process and really try to understand. But it's been great. We do it right at the 21-minute mark on the game clock, which is usually about a half hour before tip-off. We go through their offense and defense, what their plan is, and then several games they get to see what the first three plays of the game are, depending on if it's a team that that is pretty predictable in terms of what they do on defense, so they know what they're cheering for. And then they get the three math keys for that game, and so it's fun because fans are talking to me about what the math is going to be. And, after the game, they get to see how it plays out. And it's just a different way to engage our fan base. And, the last one, we had 110 people in the Fulks file. So it's a packed room, and it's fun to do. We encourage everybody to come and see it and get an inside look at what the plan is and give them a chance to also meet our staff and have a different relationship with us, which we love.
It kind of feels like it's an opportunity for you to point out the one or two folks on the other team. Like when they get the ball, this is when you want to be yelling. This is when you want to be really into it and kind of point out the couple of folks on the other side that you want to make sure you razz.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And, it's going to be just so loud in the gym tomorrow. Obviously, a sellout crowd for us is 5,000, and we're at 4,500 right now. So we need that last 500 to be here. But the last game, we just had a tremendous crowd, and it rides on that energy. And so we're excited about that. But it gives our fan base, we always talk in terms of math and efficiencies and non-efficiencies. And so it'll be important tomorrow that we do a great job on all of their shooters. And, it also disrupts the other team. It's going to be loud for everybody to hear tomorrow. And that makes it harder to call quick hitters and sets. And that'll be the one thing we ask for the whole crowd tomorrow. Every time that we are on defense, they are making a lot of noise so that, it takes a little bit longer to get into offense and gives us that advantage on defense.
We're talking to Herd women's basketball coach Juli Fulks. Marshall taking on Illinois State in the WNIT championship tomorrow at the Henderson Center. Every team has a thing, or something that makes it special, sets it apart from even teams last year. It'll set it apart next year. What sets this team apart? What makes it unique?
Well, I think it's two different things. I think obviously we are really fun on offense in the sense that we play pretty fast. We have Tamaya Lewis-Utsi, who is one of the best scorers in the country. She led the Sun Belt in scoring. She's averaging over 20 a game, and she's doing it because she is really, really efficient at the rim. Her last game was her seventh game over 30 points. And, some players get there because they shoot a lot. She gets there because she makes a lot. And that is a really fun piece because she's also a great passer. She also led the Sun Belt in assists. And we've got shooters around her that make it really hard to help down on her. And so I think, offensively, we have just been so good at scoring that I think, obviously, that's always fun for fans to watch. Every rule change in any sport is about getting more scoring. And so I think that part has been great. But defensively, we can lock people down. We've now had 2 fourth quarters where teams haven't scored. We went the first 5.5 minutes against Arkansas State without giving up any points. So that meant we went 16 straight minutes without a team even scoring on us. And so I think that's fun. I just think when you're watching high-level basketball that can produce and is also getting steals and locking the other team down, that gives fans, something to cheer about and something to get loud about.
I'm curious what today will look like for you all, what the routine will be, how you get the players mentally to focus overnight going into the game. What's your strategy there?
Yeah, so it'll start today. Obviously, we've gone shorter practices. We are now into April, and so they have been going over 6 months. And so we've done shorter practices, and so today will be really, we start the prep today. We'll go through players, their zone sets, and, how we think they're going to defend us. And then we'll be on the court for about 75 minutes. Tonight we're having pregame team meal at 5, get them done early so they can sleep. Because it's a 3 o'clock start tomorrow, they're excited. They're going to get to sleep in a little longer. Tomorrow we'll start with film again. We show 1 quarter of the other team so they can see it play out and how it'll flow over time. And then we'll be on the court tomorrow for about 50 minutes, feed them. Then they get a break. It's important that we don't want them to be overly hyped early. There's only so much emotional and physical energy left in the tanks right now. And so tomorrow is actually the shoot around. It's pretty purposeful. It's not high energy. It's just let's walk through it. And then they'll get here and they'll start getting on the court about 75 minutes before the game. And it's a ramp up so that they are absolutely ready to go full steam ahead, full mental energy, emotional energy, physical energy, starting at tip off tomorrow at 3.
Coach, it's just the 3 of us here, so you can tell us the honest answer. Who's the player?
Okay.
All right. Stressful situation. You got all this tension. You're going to play for a championship tomorrow, but who's the player that keeps the room relaxed? Who's the player you had to watch out for on April Fool's Day?
That's a great question. A lot of them think they're pretty funny. Trey Williams tends to get a good laugh out of everybody, and you're not really sure what's coming. And Ari Redmond, our senior, who's now, she had the red shirt, tore ACL last year. She's the one I'm always worried that's going to jump around the corner and get me on film. And but they are, as a group, they're pretty relaxed. That's something, we spend a lot of time together. So we have kind of 2 rules. One is that we go hard. The other is that we have fun while we're doing it. This team has great chemistry, great culture. We've been together for a long time. They like to have fun. And so I expect them to honestly be really dialed in, but also, they'll be laughing at the same time.
Looking forward to it. Tip-off is 3 o'clock tomorrow at the Cam Henderson Center. Marshall taking on Illinois State in the WNIT Championship. And no excuse for an empty seat in the Henderson Center tomorrow. Coach, good luck. Looking forward to it, and hope we're hoisting a trophy tomorrow.
Hey, thanks so much. And I agree. We got to get these last 400 seats sold.
Well, we'll do our best. We'll see if we can just we'll guilt people into going if we have to, Coach. Whatever it takes, we'll fill the place.
Well, thank you so much, and have a great Easter weekend too.
You as well. Head coach Juli Fulks of the Thundering Herd women's basketball team taking on Illinois State. WNIT championship tomorrow. Again, no excuses, Herd fans. No excuses for an empty seat in the Cam tomorrow. Take a break. When we come back, speaking of April Fool's Day, well, we'll just leave it there. That's your tease for a moment. We're back after this.
Coal-based generation remains the backbone of West Virginia's energy portfolio, ensuring reliability, security, and affordable electricity throughout the region. Our coal plants are engineered for performance, designed to run most efficiently at or near a 70% capacity factor. This level of operation is not arbitrary. It's based on sound engineering principles, scientific analysis, and has been formally adopted by the West Virginia Legislature as a reasonable target for optimal performance. When our coal fleet operates operates near that benchmark, it provides stable power to the grid, maintains cost efficiency, and supports thousands of good-paying jobs across our state. Coal generation also drives local tax revenue that sustains schools, infrastructure, and community services. Working in partnership with state leaders and the Trump administration, we're ensuring that our coal fleet remains modern, efficient, and ready to power West Virginia and beyond for decades to come. This message brought to you by the West Virginia Coal Association and Friends of Coal.
Building a stronger West Virginia isn't just a dream, it's a mission. The High Technology Foundation knows economic diversity is the key. For over 30 years, they've been dedicated to transforming the state's economic landscape. Conveniently located in the heart of West Virginia, innovation, growth, opportunity, all under one roof. There's no need to look far for change. It's happening right here at the High Technology Foundation in North Central West Virginia. Visit WVHTF.org to learn more.
Getting ghosted is never fun, especially by your network. Cyber threats don't announce themselves. They slip in quietly, disrupt operations, and disappear before you know what happened. CityNet's cybersecurity services provide proactive monitoring, threat detection, and expert response, so your business stays connected and protected. Commit to a relationship built on trust and reliability. Learn more at citynet.net today. And remember, CityNet connects, protects, and perfects.
Are you ready to reach the finish line of retirement? At the Stike team at Wealth Enhancement Group, we provide comprehensive guidance for retirement planning in West Virginia. With years of experience, we'll draft a plan tailored for your unique goals. Whether you're just starting or nearing retirement, we make the process as simple as possible, easy, and stress-free. Visit wealthenhancement.com/Stike to set up a complimentary consultation and get started on your plan today. Let's work toward your dream retirement together.
You're listening to Talkline on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
Hello, West Virginia.
There's often an assumption that my nasal congestion, my sneezing, my runny nose, these are just things that I have to live with. A lot of times patients will tell me, I've tried every allergy medication, every nasal spray, I've done it all, doc. And then I'll frequently say, what about this? You need to come to the WVU Medicine Sinus and Allergy Center. If those things haven't worked, there are new options, new treatments. There's probably something we can do to help. You don't just have to live with those symptoms.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
All the sports West Virginia is talking about.
Nikki Izzo-Brown, coach of the nationally ranked WVU women's soccer team.
I think they're just having a very good understanding of each other.
Join Kyle Wiggs, Brett Howe, and Coach Hunter weeknights for Sportsline on Metro News Television. Available on mobile, Roku, Fire TV, smart TVs, and online at WVMetroNewsTV.com.
Longer days, warmer drives, and better deals at Dan Cava GMC. Hit the road in one of our new luxury GMC Acadias. Take your pick from our massive selection. Now up to $5,500 off select new Acadias and 3.9% for 60 months. The great deals continue with our large selection of quality pre-owned vehicles. All this and more at Dan Cava GMC in Bridgeport. Shop the world.
Metro News Talkline is presented by Encova Insurance, encircling you with coverage to protect what you care about most. Visit Encova.com to learn more.
Couple of texts here, 304 Talk 304. Producer Ethan eats Peeps like he eats corn the long way.
That's a great visual.
304 Talk 304. This is for Steam. All right, I'll save it for Steam release. This is a Steam, so I'll save that for Steam release. 304 Talk 304. Wonder if anyone at the legislature researched local control regarding data centers like the Jefferson County Commission did. The commissioner's argument for local control is one of the best I've ever heard. We'll get some more of your texts coming up. Stirewalt at the top of the hour. Stephen Allen Adams tweeted this early this morning. You flagged it as well, TJ. Jobs and Hope for West Virginia had to put out a release apologizing for an April Fool's Day post in which it said that it would be developing an aviation school or flight school. Jobs and Hope would be opening a flight school. It was an April Fool's Day joke. Had to put out a release apologizing for that. Okay.
It was so good.
It was too good.
People believed it. It was too good.
Here's the thing. Okay. You know I enjoy a good joke. I enjoy a good laugh. I like pointing out absurdity in many of the things that people take very seriously.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're a government agency, just don't. Not in today's environment. There's AI, there are deep fakes, there's misinformation, disinformation. Just don't. Just keep it in-house. Have some fun with it in-house. Scare prank your coworkers and your buddies. Don't put it out on Twitter. Just don't.
Well, I felt like I had to reach out for comment on the release, but I was more attuned to what those that are seeking office would think. So I reached out to Jenny to see what she thought of the release. I'm yet to hear back. If you know, you know.
Just don't do it. Just have some fun amongst your friends. You don't have to put something out on Facebook, social media.
Yeah.
Here's a thought. Just use that as a baseline for everything. Just don't put it on social media. If you have any doubts, just don't do it. You'll be a lot better off.
The late Lacey Neff, broadcast extraordinaire, mentor to me, once told me, Cars, he called me Cars, when in doubt, leave it out.
Well, I will echo those comments. Hoppy. I'll leave out the details of what led to this conversation, but I thought I was pretty funny. I was doing the local show with, I think I was doing it with Sunshine was my co-host at the time.
Okay.
And we thought we were pretty funny. We made a joke, and it probably crossed the line. It did. And I just remember Kurt, we sitting behind his desk, arms folded, kind of like, if you're watching the video stream, kind of like,
Mm-hmm.
He said, comedy's hard. Leave it to the comedians. Message received, Hop. Got it. Okay. So, Jobs and Hope, comedy's hard. Leave it to the professionals.
I have to say, you really have me wondering now whether or not I should share the video that I did locate of me burning peeps. Jake has it. Now I'm on the fence.
I don't think... why were you burning peeps? Just because?
Well, so
to prove
when
a
I
point?
worked in Kentucky at the time, I had a wonderful team of people that worked with me. I happened to be the boss, but they worked with me. And they knew of my distaste for peeps. So as a joke, around Easter time, they bought me a bunch of peeps. And I always said, if I see another peep, I'm going to take it out back to my bonfire and I'm going to burn it. And so that's what I did. And I sent him the video, and we kind of bonded over it. And it's quite disgusting, actually, and it's amazing. After seeing this, if you like peeps, if you want to watch, but you don't want to eat them, I don't need that stuff, you definitely won't eat them after you see this video. I'll put it that way.
304-TALK. Are you in or out on peeps, by the way? 304-TALK-304. That's the text line. 800-765-TALK is the phone number. We'll pose that question to Chris Stirewalt when he joins us at 11:06. We are going to have Steam Release coming up at 11:33 this morning. Final break of the hour. Back in a moment. This is Talkline from the Encove Insurance Studios.
This boating season, elevate your family time with Lou Wendell Marine Sales. Proudly family-owned for over 40 years, Lou and his sons are West Virginia's largest Avalon pontoon dealer. Trusted experts in premium boats, motors, and service. Discover refined comfort, elegant design, and performance you can feel. Now is the perfect time to take advantage of preseason savings. At Lou Wendell Marine Sales, they don't just sell boats. They sell family fun. Visit LouWendellMarineSales.com because the weekend's almost here.
Golf Week called Pete Dye Golf Club one of America's best modern courses. Golf Digest recently called Pete Dye one of America's 100 greatest courses, and Pete Dye calls it 18 of the most exciting and memorable holes I've ever built on one course. Pete Dye Golf Club invites you to join the only course named after the legendary designer himself. National, corporate, and local memberships available now for a limited time. Visit PeteDye.com to learn more. Come play where the Mountaineers play at Pete Dye Golf Club.
We are there for you to care for you at the health plan. We are here for you.
For over 4 decades, we've been rooted deep inside West Virginia. Through thick and thin, supporting local families and businesses. Proudly serving your neighborhood since 1979. Your trusted partner in the community.
The health plan. We are here for you.
Senator Shelley Moore Capito is more than a true conservative and proud West Virginian. She's a champion of our way of life. She doesn't just fight, she delivers, working with President Trump to close the border and keep our families safe, protect our energy jobs, and cut taxes, and establishing the New River Gorge National Park, a powerful economic engine. Shelley Moore Capito, our senator, our champion.
I'm Shelley Moore Capito, and I approve this message.
Paid for by Capito for West Virginia.
You're listening to Talkline on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
We're Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, and we're gonna save you. We've got it down to a science, an absolute state of art. We do it all, restoration, cleaning, and reconstruction. When disaster strikes, just pick up the phone. We're Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, and we're gonna save you.
Leading the efforts to build a stronger West Virginia, the High Technology Foundation has a proven plan to strengthen and diversify our state's economy. The I-79 Technology Park's high-capacity infrastructure continues to attract advanced federal operations that are driving economic growth. This keeps our young, educated residents in the state and brings West Virginians home. The High Technology Foundation, building a stronger West Virginia. Learn more today at WVHTF.org.
There's often an assumption that my nasal congestion, my sneezing, my runny nose, these are just things that I have to live with. A lot of times patients will tell me, I've tried every allergy medication, every nasal spray, I've done it all, doc. And then I'll frequently say, what about this? You need to come to the WVU Medicine Sinus and Allergy Center. If those things haven't worked, there are new options, new treatments. There's probably something we can do to help. You don't just have to live with those symptoms.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
Cruise into spring with the West Virginia Lottery's 40th anniversary celebration. There are 40 ways to win 4K and 4 cruise packages up for grabs. Play in store and online and enter for your chance to win cash or a cruise. Details at WVLottery.com. 18 plus to play. Please play responsibly. 304 Talk 304. Noel says, leave peeps alone. Didn't mean to get it started.
I had no idea people were so passionate, Dave.
It's it's a polarizing topic, TJ. It's polarizing. You're either in or you're all in or all out.
That's true. Can't be lukewarm on the peep.
It's kind of like a High Valley pizza. You're either all in or all out on cold cheese on top of your pizza. Someone who knows something about that, Chris Stirewalt, will join us next. This is Talkline on Metro News. For 40 years, the voice of West Virginia. Hoppy Kercheval, 5:55 a.m. How early did you get in that day, by the way?
Probably 3:30. Probably 3:30.
How long did you do sign-on shift?
I signed on like 7 years.
Not all.
6 days a week for 7 years.
Lightweight.
I know. Couldn't do it now. Now when I wake up at 3:30 is to go to the bathroom. And go back to bed.
Welcome to the 2 o'clock hour, Metro News Midday, powered by Salango Law. Visit salangolaw.com on a Wednesday, and I apologize because Stephanie Pauly is our producer, one of the producers of the show, and normally she has everything. We have a thing we call the run sheet, when we have who we're calling and what we're doing and so on. And so, and Stephanie, I don't even know whether you know this, I did the run sheet today, and I put the wrong date on. I put 2025 on it. Because how many of us in modern day actually write the date out anymore? I mean, you did it when you were in school. You did it back when people wrote checks and whatever. This may have been the first day that I have written the date down, and I was responsible for putting together the sheet. And my co-host, the lovely and talented AB, starts the show by saying January 24th, 2025, because she read it directly off the sheet. And it is indeed the year of our Lord, 2026.
Oh, yeah, he did find something out. Something, you're related to Thomas Jefferson?
Well, no, I'm not related to Thomas Jefferson, but I am related to Samuel Kercheval, who was a historian.
I'm going to tell you something about Samuel Kercheval. Him and Jefferson out smoking corn silk. Kercheval told him, Thomas, I don't know about this country. Might want to start again.
He could.
So I don't have a monitor here, so I really can't see what happens at the beginning of the show. Mm-hmm. So at what point do I pop up? When the music starts and Mr. Announcer comes on?
Yeah.
So they see all the little panic things that I do that I'm still in the process of setting up?
Yes. They see you shuffle about uncomfortably. They see you blow the dust off your headphones. They see you put in like 2 cough drops at the same time.
Oh, yeah. I don't do 2 at the same time. Yeah. Okay. All right. I don't know that. I should probably. Now, these shows are archived, right? So I can go back and watch them.
Yes.
So I could live this show in real time and then go home and, when I say something to Linda like, hey, did you hear when I did this? And I don't watch it. Well, let's get in front of the TV and watch me do it again for 3 straight hours.
Yes, it's archived just like the audio podcast.
Ah, that's right.
And see, this is the thing that gets the NCAA in trouble, when it goes to court here. Is there a clock or not? Greg, we talk about the clock all the time. Mm-hmm. If he began in 2019, the clock should have run out, whether he's played the 4 years or not. And that's part of the argument, because some guys go right through the clock, right? TJ Finley, we've mentioned many times on this show. 7th team coming up this year. He's playing for Incarnate Word. He's played 7 seasons at 7 different schools. Now, why hasn't his clock started? Why doesn't he have the 5-year clock? So if you're Aguilar, I get it.
He just bouncing him off the ropes. Somebody save this man. Oh, my Lord. Oh. Very nice, very nice. He hit him with everything he didn't want.
Yeah. 10 seconds remaining. There'll be a direct snap here.
Snap back. It's Tyler. Tyler fakes the run. He throws. He's got an open man. Pass top 10. 5. End zone. It's a touchdown. Pulled in by Nestor. 3 seconds left.
Are you kidding me with the play call right there by Kevin Whiteman? Again, forget the game-winning field goal. Whiteman says, we're going to try and win this thing right now. The direct snap to Tyler sucked everybody up, and Nestor slips behind. What an unbelievable gutsy play call, and then perfect execution by these Falcons.
Things aren't always going to be great. And sometimes, you can work really, really hard and it's still not great. You're still not successful. But, if you continue to do it, one way or another, things are going to be work out. You're going to be successful. And it may not be in the world's eyes, but, God's made us this way. He's blessed us with so many things. And I think that's one of our attributes that we need to have is we're going to continue to work. We're going to continue to work hard. And if it doesn't work out exactly how we want, just keep plugging away because God's got better plans.
MetroNews Talkline is presented by Encova Insurance, encircling you with coverage to protect what you care about most. Visit Encova.com to learn more.
Second hour of Metro News Talkline. Dave Wilson and TJ Meadows in the Encova Insurance Studios. Our phone number is 800-765-TALK, 800-765-8255. You can also text the show at 304-TALK-304. We will commence with Steam Release coming up at the bottom of the hour. Your weekly chance to vent, get it all off your chest, and you'll want to do that today because, well, it's Easter weekend. You don't want pent-up steam at the dinner table on Easter Sunday, do you? That could end poorly. So we will offer this opportunity for you coming up at 11:33. Sophia Wasik is our radio producer this morning. If you're listening in on one of our great radio affiliates across the state, and Jake Link handles the video stream at the Metro News Television app and on Facebook Live and YouTube as well. It's completely subscription-free, as it's meant to be. TJ's in Charleston. Good morning, TJ.
Good morning, sir. Someone inevitably, during the egg hunt, always takes an egg, hides it in the HVAC exhaust shaft. And I end up, because the kids end up pushing it in, and last year I got it out by taking the extension on the Dyson and sucking it out. It's always something.
Well, that's better than finding the egg 6 weeks from now.
Well, it's a plastic one. So,
okay. You're not doing the real eggs.
No, dude. I'm not. I'm too. Yeah, no. It's too much effort.
Too much effort. I was probably in my mid-20s before I found out some people found money in their eggs on during these Easter egg hunts. I had no idea that was a thing.
Nana typically likes to identify an egg, and unbeknownst to anyone, slip a little, substantial coinage in it. So everyone's looking for that Nana egg.
We also threw out there, kind of accidentally, are you in or out on Peeps, the supposed Easter treat? We're all out on this program.
Hate them.
Some of the texters, we had one texter who said, let it sit for a couple of weeks, come back when it's nice and crusty. That is the perfect Peep. Let us know. 304-TALK-304 is the text line. Chris Stirewalt is the politics editor for The Hill and News Nation, host of The Hill Sunday on News Nation. He's a senior fellow at the American Enterprise Institute, best-selling author, and he joins us on Metro News Talkline this morning. Chris, good morning.
You people are a mess. You're just
a mess.
As Cecil Harlan Underwood once said, your operation is in shambles. I don't know. Money in plastic eggs. Eggs come out of the cloacas of chickens, and you boil them, and they become firm. You dye them in colors, and then children find them, and then you make them eat egg salad. It's no wonder that America has gotten soft. If we're doing little plastic eggs, then if you go look, there'll be money in it for you or whatever. No, it's weird. It smells like toots. It's an egg. It's just an egg, guys. It's just an egg.
All right, Chris Stirewalt. Are you in or out on Peeps, by the way?
Peeps are good. Peeps should crust. They're better when you leave them exposed to the air for a couple of days, and so there's more tooth to the outside. But like, I don't eat candy or sugar all year. I will Sunday. My preference will be for Starbursts and fruity, chewy kind of candies. Chocolate is like okay as chocolate's the side piece. I'm okay with a little chocolate, but I love chewy, fruity kinds of candies, Twizzlers, red licorice, and those things. And so I will be looking forward to that. And I'm sure, by the way, Dr. Pepper Peeps are a real thing.
Get out.
So just saying, Peeps is dominating. Pop-Tart Peeps, Rice Krispie Treat Peeps, Dr. Pepper Peeps. While on the one hand we all live in the baby dog supremacy, we also live in the Peeps supremacy.
You should stick around for a bit and watch the video of my burning Peeps in my bonfire that's coming up shortly.
Gosh, you're radicalized. You know what you are? You're self-radicalized. You're self-radicalized.
We'll get to Chris Stirewalt joins us. We'll get to Pam Bondi in a moment. But how does one prepare to anchor coverage of a rocket launch to the moon?
one of the things that I have prayed for in my life is the ability to, in media, you spend a lot of time trying to cultivate your brand and to generate you, right? The brand of you. And somebody said to me one time, you're not in the news business, you're in the Chris Stirewalt business. And there's truth in it. I'm not saying that you don't have to cultivate your brand. But, what I've been getting a lesson in lately is not being the color commentator, but being the play-by-play guy and having it be less about me. I've never been that comfortable having it be about me. But I have prayed I have sought the ability, I have a lot of respect for you because you're an actual broadcaster, right? Like if you had to do that and do a rocket launch, maybe you did, I don't know, you'd be fine. For me, it's like, that's not my natural gating. I'm the color commentator guy, not the play-by-play guy. And so my Sunday show, this podcast I'm doing, a bunch of other things are giving me an opportunity to learn to be Mr. Play-by-Play, which is good because it should be about the story and it should be about other people. It shouldn't be about me.
What was going through your inner monologue? I listened to your play-by-play. It was a delightful surprise, to be honest. I had NASA TV on, and then I was like, okay, what network? And I tend to favor News Nation, not because of you, just because of I tend to favor it. And so I'm like, oh, wow, I always tune into expecting politics with Stirewalt. I did not expect you to be doing that. So that was a delightful surprise. But we heard the play-by-play. It was wonderful. People should go listen to it. I'll post the audio of it. I think I have it. I'll put it on my Facebook page. With that said, what was going in the inner monologue, Chris?
How old a man are you?
How
old
am
a man are you? Yeah.
I'm 45, sir.
Okay. So I am 5 years older than you.
Okay.
And every time anything launches, what do I think about?
I know I would think about Challenger.
Yeah. So for people of my vintage, they brought the cart into the room, they put the TV on, and we watched. And the moment of, so like the SpaceX stuff is amazing and it's super cool. And Jeff Bezos's amazingly phallically shaped space vehicle is cool and impressive. But baby, there ain't nothing like the payload, right? Of when a full tilt boogie of the massive launch of one of those things, and it like shakes the earth. And as you watch that happen, if you're a Gen Xer, as you watch that happen, you're like, oh, this is amazing. And then you're like, please don't explode, right? Like of all of the vivid memories of my growing up, I was a reporter in Charleston when 9/11 came, and I can remember it. I can remember the visuals and all of that stuff. But for the visual that is seared in my mind, the destruction of the Challenger is way up there. So I think for everybody who is Gen X vintage, that's what you're thinking because right at and I kept waiting. Should I start talking again? Should I start talking again? Should I start? And I'm like, I need it to be past that point. I need it to be disappeared over the horizon before I can really breathe again. And I just, I think for everybody my age, that's just that way.
Same here.
Chris Stirewalt is joining us, politics editor for The Hill and News Nation. Of course, you can watch him coming up Sunday morning on The Hill, Sunday on News Nation. All right, Chris, Pam Bondi out as Attorney General. That was announced yesterday. Does President Trump know what he wants as an Attorney General? And is there anybody that can satisfy what the president wants?
Yes. Yes and no. You cannot serve God and mammon. You cannot be a confirmable Attorney General and be the Attorney General that Donald Trump wants, who Donald Trump wants. So Todd Blanche, who is his, yes, as everyone points out, is Donald Trump's former criminal defense attorney. But Todd Blanche is like, he's not Matt Gaetz. He was a U.S. attorney. He's a qualified, let me just say, Todd Blanche would hardly be the least qualified U.S. Attorney General in the history of attorneys general. Robert F. Kennedy Jr., like, we got him. So Blanche isn't that he is explicitly unqualified. So Blanche could serve in this job until, I think, the 25th of October. He's been confirmed to a subordinate position, so he can serve as acting for 210 days. And so at a date in late October, he would have to either move out of the job or be Senate confirmed. So now Blanche operates in this space where, in order for him to do the things that would make Donald Trump want to give him the job, he would render himself unconfirmable to the Senate. If he does the things that would make him confirmable to the Senate, it makes it impossible for Donald Trump to confirm him. So this is I guess maybe I put it this way. When Donald Trump thinks about the ways in which he was prosecuted, if you listen to conservative commentators or even just partisan Republicans, very often they talk about the lawfare against the former president and former and future president, and talk about the New York case, which was goof, the misbegotten prosecution in Georgia. And they talk about these things as unbecoming. They don't generally talk about the records case in Florida. And they pretty much try to avoid the trying to steal a second term prosecution in Washington. The way the president sees all of the prosecutions is that basically Joe Biden or the Democrats colluded, sat in a room and said, let's go get Donald Trump. It does not occur to the president. Robert Mueller is the best example. Robert Mueller was not somebody's henchman. Robert Mueller was doing what he thought was right. Donald Trump has a problem. The problem that the president has with Iran is not dissimilar to the problem he had with his first Attorney General, Jeff Sessions, or Mike Pence, or any number of other people, which is this. The president has a hard time believing people. He has a hard time believing that people have sincere beliefs that they will hold on to, whether it is politically useful or in their short-term interest or not. And that was the president's experience with Bill Barr. Bill Barr did a great job for Donald Trump, got him through the last furlong of the Russia probe, did all this stuff. By any Republican measure, you'd say Bill Barr was a very successful attorney general. But at the end, when the president said, look, I don't care if you haven't found evidence of massive election fraud. I need you to muddy the waters on this thing so that we can try to crack open the Electoral College and pull these votes out. And Bill Barr said, absolutely not. I'm not going to do it. And so for Trump, he received that from Barr as a personal, like, oh, you don't like me. You're against Trump. And that's the problem that the president has, which is it is sort of beyond his moral imagination that people mean what they say and say what they mean, because Trump's gift is, people talk about Donald Trump lies. He BS's, right? He's not like, he's not lying to try to hide the truth so much as he's just saying whatever he thinks you want to. What do I need to do to get you in this car today? Mm-hmm. I'll say whatever you want me to say to get where I'm going. And I think he assumes other people are like that. And so the problem that he will face in trying to get a confirmable attorney general is he needs a person to be, the Senate will confirm a person who is a person of substance and character. They're not going to confirm a Matt Gaetz, and the president is stuck in that space.
To that degree, your network, others, we've heard the name this morning, people talking Lee Zeldin. You can throw your 2 cents in on that. But since I think the Senate has to confirm him, right? EPA administrator is confirmable. Yeah. Correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah. Does that make it easier? You've already confirmed Zeldin. If you hate
Zeldin Zeldin is possibly doable, right? Mm-hmm. That is a possibly confirmable person. You heard Tom Tillis. So basically, the Republicans can lose 3, J.D. Vance can break the tie, and you can get to 51. Can Lee Zeldin do that? It would depend on the confirmation hearings. It would depend on whether. What Tom Tillis said was, I will not vote to, and he's on the Judiciary Committee. He's got a lot of stroke. Tom Tillis is the Republicans' Joe Manchin, right? He's the guy who's like, I don't care. I do what I want to do, and you can't make me. And because he's retiring. So could Zeldin get through that? Maybe, but he would have to answer Tom Tillis's question about January 6th and the 2020 election, and in a way that would make Donald Trump very angry if he did. So that's a big matzo ball hanging out there. If I was Trump, I would play for Tom. I got there's no urgent need to replace Blanche right now. We got a missing pilot in Iran. We've got $4 gas. We got problems, brother. And we don't need a confirmation fight right now over the Attorney General. But the problem, of course, for the president, no job is more important to the president than the Attorney General for all the reasons we just described.
Chris Stirewalt joining us. Of course, he is the politics editor for The Hill and News Nation. He is the host of The Hill Sunday on News Nation and a senior fellow at the American Enterprise Institute. Chris, we appreciate you taking some time, and have yourself a nice Easter weekend.
A blessed Good Friday, a very happy Easter. I hope TJ gets a different shirt for Easter, so we're going to keep, or just use that shirt to line the basket. You could just use that for the liner of the basket. That could work. That could work. All right. Love you guys. Have a great Easter. Talk to you soon.
You as well. Chris Stirewalt. Watch him tomorrow morning. Host of The Hill Sunday on News Nation, politics editor for The Hill. All right. Coming up, steam release is a mere matter of moments away. Boy, I messed that one up royally. But you get the drift. It's coming up, bottom of the hour. 304 Talk. 304 is the text line. 800-765-8255. That's the phone number. Good Friday edition of MetroNews Talkline continues in a moment.
Boating season is almost here, and there's no better place to start your family's adventure than Lou Wendell Marine Sales. Family owned for over 40 years, Lou and his sons are West Virginia's largest Avalon pontoon dealer and true experts in boats, motors, and repairs. Explore their impressive inventory and score some of the best deals of the season right now. At Lou Wendell Marine Sales, they don't just sell boats, they sell family fun. Visit LouWendellMarineSales.com and get on the water in style. After all, the weekend's almost here.
Worried about paying for college? MetroNews is proud to present the 19th Annual West Virginia Scholar Program, where one high school junior in West Virginia will win a full scholarship to West Virginia Wesleyan College, including room, board, tuition, and fees. For details, go to wvmetronews.com and click the Apply Now button. Deadline is May 3rd. The 2026 West Virginia Scholar Program, presented by Greer Industries and the West Virginia Hospital Association. Go to wvmetronews.com and apply today by May 3rd.
Tens of thousands of hardworking West Virginians earn their living in our state's growing natural gas industry, including thousands for Antero Resources, West Virginia's top natural gas producer. Antero's investments are boosting our local workforce and small businesses. We're proud to give back and invest locally to support West Virginia workers producing West Virginia energy. But the Mountain State's best days are ahead, and Antero Resources is just getting started. Visit AnteroResources.com to learn more.
Looking to advance your career without putting life on hold? Earn your MBA from Glenville State University in as little as 18 months. Choose from in-demand concentrations like artificial intelligence, cybersecurity, and healthcare administration. Whether you're leading teams, analyzing data, or protecting digital systems, our programs are designed for working professionals who want flexibility and results. Take the next step with an MBA from Glenville State University. Learn more and apply today at glenville.edu.
You're listening to Talkline on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
Leading the efforts to build a stronger West Virginia, the High Technology Foundation has a proven plan to strengthen and diversify our state's economy. The I-79 Technology Park's high-capacity infrastructure continues to attract advanced federal operations that are driving economic growth. This keeps our young, educated residents in the state and brings West Virginians home. The High Technology Foundation, building a stronger West Virginia. Learn more today at WVHTF.org.
Stay connected to what's happening today in West Virginia.
What about this and what about that? And it just went back and forth. And I was just the guy reading the text. Okay, so what's your take on the whole thing?
Well, now you just get me fired up. Now
Right.
you just
Okay. So
get
I'm
me
gonna
going.
turn on. I'm gonna run down to Wendy's and grab a burger, and I'll be back.
Join Dave Allen weekdays for midday on Metro News Television.
There's often an assumption that my nasal congestion, my sneezing, my runny nose, these are just things that I have to live with. A lot of times patients will tell me, I've tried every allergy medication, every nasal spray, I've done it all, doc. And then I'll frequently say, what about this? You need to come to the WVU Medicine Sinus and Allergy Center. If those things haven't worked, there are new options, new treatments. There's probably something we can do to help. You don't just have to live with those symptoms.
Sunshine, open roads, and a new Toyota from Dan Cava Toyota World. Lease an all-new Camry for as low as $398 a month. All new Tundras now up to $8,000 off. All new Tacomas now up to $4,500 off or lease as low as $399 a month. $7,500 off the new BZ or 0% financing for 72 months. We've got a Toyota for you at Dan Cava Toyota World in Fairmont. Shop the world.
Steam release coming up a couple of minutes from now. 304 Talk 304. Phone numbers 800-765-TALK to release your Steam. Texter to the bat phone said, my brother loved Peeps, and he's dead. I don't know what that says. Shoulder shrug emoji.
Wow.
Texter goes on to say, he was a wise guy. He would appreciate that. Happy Easter. Let's see. Causation? Correlation? I don't know. I don't know.
Good academic study there.
By the way, I've told you before that I have some of... when you have friends like I do, you don't really need enemies.
Yeah.
So several of my friends, one in particular, loves to text during the show, during interviews, to see if he can get me to crack. Usually some sort of joke, some sort of gif, meme, whatever, try to get me to crack. And I don't know if you could see it on the video stream or not. He got me today. So as Stirewalt is describing the Challenger disaster, right? And he's getting very deep on how he's prepared and what all this means. But he sends me a text that I cannot read on the air, and he got me. He got me to
That's
crack.
just harsh.
And he's, I'm sure, very proud of himself this morning because of that, if he was watching the video stream. I think it was kind of a smirk, because I don't know if you could see it or not, but these are my friends. These are the people I choose to hang out with, TJ. These are my friends. Who needs enemies when you got friends like that?
Well, you know, I'm sure the gentleman didn't realize that we were going to be talking about Challengers. I don't think he planned it that way.
Oh, no. I think he was listening to the conversation and said, now's the perfect time.
Oh, so he was that.
I think so. I think he's that
type of guy
conniving.
that's
Oh,
just
yeah.
planning. Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah. Well, you know what? Paybacks. You know what paybacks are. That's all I'm just going to say. Steam release is coming up. It's your chance to vent, and it's a holiday weekend, so you want to get it off your chest. You don't want to carry that to the family Easter dinner on Sunday. So we offer this opportunity to you. 800-765-TALK is the phone number. 304-TALK-304. Your chance to vent, get it all off your chest. Steam release coming up next. This is Talkline on Metro News. For 40 years, the voice of West Virginia. It's 11:30. Let's get a news update from the Metro News Radio Network. Find out what's happening all across the great state of West Virginia.
West Virginia Metro News. I'm Chris Lawrence. A coal miner is dead after an accident on the job in southern West Virginia. Governor Patrick Morrisey this morning announcing the tragic news that miner Aaron Warwicks died overnight of injuries suffered in a mishap at the Panther Eagle Horse Creek mine near Pettis in Raleigh County. Warwicks worked as a shuttle car operator at the mine. No details of the accident were released. MSHA and the State Office of Miners Health Safety and Training are investigating. The mine is operated by Marfork Coal Company. Meanwhile, the governor was back in Mason County, where he helped break ground on the new Frontieris North America plant Thursday. The company's fast form facility will transform coal into various other fuel products. Matthew McKean is co-founder and CEO and tells Metro News affiliate WMOV Radio Frontieras has been working on this project with an eye on Mason County for quite some time.
We acquired this land. We closed formally in the middle of January this year. We had it under options contract where we did due diligence for about 3 years.
This is the first of its kind operation in the world. Power rates for Monongahela Power and Potomac Edison will be going down under a proposal from the two companies that won approval this week from the PSC. The company said the reduction comes in adjustments to their vegetation clearing program, but don't plan to spend that extra cash all in one place. It actually will amount to about a 23 cents less a month average than the average customer's bill. You're listening to Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
Come on, Liam, let's go. Get open. Come on, go for it. Wake up. Wake up, Liam. Oh, come on, use your head. Gotta want it. Dominate.
There he goes again. Liam's dad yelling from the stands, trying to relive his glory days.
I know. We're just trying to have fun out here and play with our friends. Like, it's not that deep.
He seriously needs to get a grip.
Does he really think he's helping Liam play better?
I feel bad for Liam. I know he's embarrassed his dad ruins every game like this. I mean, I would be too.
Someone needs to tell him this isn't about him.
Yeah, stop trying to coach from the stands and just cheer.
That's what Liam wants.
That's what we all want.
Be your student's biggest fan, not their biggest critic. This message presented by the WVSSAC and the West Virginia Athletic Directors Association.
A St. Albans native has made it to the Final Four. Adam Fletcher, a grad of St. Albans High School, is the strength and conditioning coach at the University of Illinois.
Honestly, to step on that court today meant the world to me. The support that I've had from my family and that has gotten me to this point. But it's special. I'm not taking any moment for granted.
Illinois takes on UConn Saturday at 6 p.m. From the Metro News Anchor Desk, I'm Chris Lawrence. Even on Good Friday, we offer this opportunity to you because, well, it's Friday. It's 11:33. We do it every Friday.
I want you to get up now. I want all of you to get up out of your chairs. I want you to get up right now and go to the window, open it, and stick your head out and yell, I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore.
All week long, you've had to listen to the two of us on this program. You've had to watch the news coverage. You've read the coverage. You probably have complained to your husband or wife, and they, on all honesty, really don't care. The dog will listen, but they can only go so far. This is your opportunity to vent, get it all off your chest before you head into the weekend. It is a stress reliever. It is steam release. 800-765-TALK, 800-765-8255. That's the phone number to call to release your steam. You can also text your steam. It is effective, although some would say not quite as effective as the actual phone call, but nonetheless, 304-TALK, 304 if you'd like to vent that way. Just a couple of rules, really guidelines here on the program. One, we'd appreciate it if you do not get us sued or fired. Two, you can steam about the current host, past host, future host, and we may not respond. We must take your steams like a very bad donkey. A third of all, producer Ethan has opened himself up to steam, so have at it. We enjoy those as well. Otherwise, everything else is pretty much on the table. 800-765-TALK, 800-765-8255. That's the phone number. You can text your steams to 304-TALK, 304. Let's begin on the phones. Ted, you are batting leadoff on steam release. What's your steam, Ted?
I used to just not be interested in sports, but now I hate them, and here's why. Sometimes basketball is preempted steam release. On weekend afternoons, you can't get anything on the radio except baseball. And then for the evening sports on TV, most of them run over and push back the evening news. They somehow don't seem to have to live by the clock like the rest of us do.
Ted, have a good weekend. Ted, starting off with a strong steam. Let's go to Junior. Hey, Junior.
Hey, TJ and the other guy, how you boys doing down in the big city?
Doing great, Junior. What's your steam, buddy?
I tell you, you know what? This has got me steamed. It's been 3 weeks old Howie and his 1370's been off air. I mean, I'm having to fire up the old Gateway 2000 just to listen to him. And he's using up my minutes. I am steamed. He needs to spend less on money and get that damn tire fixed down there so 1370 is coming over the airwaves. Another thing, Howie, Hop, hang it up. You're both washed up.
Junior, have a great holiday weekend. 800-765-TALK. That's the phone number. If you'd like to release your steam, you can text your steam to 304-TALK-304. Let's get some text steams, TJ.
Gateway 2000. Nice reference. Texter says, peeps, out. Texter, peeps, and a bunch of emojis throwing up, Dave. 304-TALK-304. It's too late. It is too late. The West Virginia legislature has shoved data centers down our throats, quote unquote. It's the law that we cannot stop data centers being built anywhere in West Virginia. The fastest growing county in West Virginia is Berkeley County. The loss of local control is insane. Let the local county decide where to put the data center and keep at least 50% of tax revenue to address local impacts like roads, water, and police and teachers. Why punish the only part of the state that is thriving? I know for a fact Trump won the 2020 election. Like, come on, says the texter. 304-TALK-304. I wonder if anyone in the legislature researched local control regarding data centers like the Jefferson County Commission did. The commissioner's argument for local control is one of the best I've ever heard. The danger with the economic development bill is it is not limited to just data centers, but any obnoxious industry can come into your community without local review. The first boots are on the ground in Iran. A fighter pilot got shot down and special forces are on the ground searching for the pilot. While all this happens, Trump is golfing. Great leadership. 304-TALK-304. That's 304-8255-304. That's the text line. Dave and TJ, steam in or out, peeps? And corn candy out. Now to Hoppy, the most famous political candidate, Jenny. Hoppy's first attempt at AI reminds me when I was a kid and I got an erector set for my birthday. And my first creation didn't look like the picture on the box. Try again, Hoppy. I bought a Trump mobile phone about a year ago and have not received or have not been... Yeah, I don't know what they're saying there. I think Siri got them about a year ago and have not received and then been delayed 3 times, it says. Also, what happened to those Doge checks, Republicans' health care plan, and Alex Preddy investigation? Shaking my head. Now he wants a $1.5 trillion budget slashing health care and education. Well, guys, now we have a pilot down in Iran. What's the genius going to do now, says Jim in Martinsburg. Steam release, 304-TALK-304. The one thing the U.S. must not do is get out of NATO. Europe simply can't be trusted on their own. 1,500 years for history to back that up. If we back out of NATO, Europe would immediately align with Russia and China, and we would be the problem.
800-765-TALK, the phone number, 304-TALK-304, the text line. Let's squeeze in a call before the break. Ann, you're on steam release. Go ahead.
Hey, my steam is, I think Trump is an absolute idiot. Why we ever elected him, I do not know, but he is proving his idiocy completely. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
You are welcome. Have a good weekend, Ann. 800-765-TALK, that's the phone number. You can text your steam to 304-TALK-304. Strong start. Let's keep it rolling. Back in a moment.
Coal-based generation remains the backbone of West Virginia's energy portfolio, ensuring reliability, security, and affordable electricity throughout the region. Our coal plants are engineered for performance, designed to run most efficiently at or near a 70% capacity factor. This level of operation is not arbitrary. It's based on sound engineering principles, scientific analysis, and has been formally adopted by the West Virginia legislature as a reasonable target for optimal performance. When our coal fleet operates operates near that benchmark. It provides stable power to the grid, maintains cost efficiency, and supports thousands of good-paying jobs across our state. Coal generation also drives local tax revenue that sustains schools, infrastructure, and community services. Working in partnership with state leaders and the Trump administration, we're ensuring that our coal fleet remains modern, efficient, and ready to power West Virginia and beyond for decades to come. This message brought to you by the West Virginia Coal Association and Friends of Coal.
If you have a child who's a junior in high school in West Virginia or know someone that does, please listen up. Here's your opportunity to win a full scholarship from West Virginia Wesleyan College that includes room, board, tuition, and fees. The 19th Annual West Virginia Scholar Program is presented by ZMM Architects and Engineers and the West Virginia Farm Bureau. The deadline is May 3rd. For details, go to wvmetronews.com to apply. That's wvmetronews.com. Remember, application deadline is May 3rd.
Looking for a career that truly matters? Healthcare offers stability, great benefits, and careers that are in demand right now. From patient care to technology and support roles, healthcare careers offer flexibility and opportunity. Not sure where you fit? Take the quick healthcare career quiz at explorehealthcareerswv.com. Discover the path that's right for you. Healthcare careers, where passion meets purpose.
Welcome back, class of 2011.
Most likely to be a millionaire, didn't quite make it.
Hey, reunion's not over yet.
Over here, millionaire, smile.
Make room, people.
Who is that?
Congratulations to our very own Millionaire for Life.
Never too late, man.
You could win up to $1 million every year with Millionaire for Life. Play in store or online today. West Virginia Lottery. 18 plus to play. Play responsibly.
Senator Shelley Moore Capito is more than a true conservative and proud West Virginian. She's a champion of our way of life. She doesn't just fight, she delivers. Working with President Trump to close the border and keep our families safe, protect our energy jobs, and cut taxes. And establishing the New River Gorge National Park, a powerful economic engine. Shelley Moore Capito, our senator, our champion.
I'm Shelley Moore Capito, and I approve this message.
Paid for by Capito for West Virginia.
You're listening to Talkline on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
Leading the efforts to build a stronger West Virginia, the High Technology Foundation has a proven plan to strengthen and diversify our state's economy. The I-79 Technology Park's high-capacity infrastructure continues to attract advanced federal operations that are driving economic growth. This keeps our young, educated residents in the state and brings West Virginians home. The High Technology Foundation, building a stronger West Virginia. Learn more today at WVHTF.org.
With Metro News Hotline. If it's trending, it's probably here.
And then the other thing, his last name is one of those weird Norwegian names where they have two vowels that slam into each other. It's like the A and the E are like cemented into each other.
You're like the 12th Dave that works here. What do you think people from Norwegian think about that?
That is fair.
Join Dave Weekly and Coop weekdays for Hotline on Metro News Television.
MetroNews Talkline is presented by Encova Insurance, encircling you with coverage to protect what you care about most. Visit Encova.com to learn more.
When it comes to cybersecurity, blind trust is a bad idea. CityNet helps businesses avoid risky connections with proactive monitoring, threat detection, and expert local support. Learn more at citynet.net today. 800-765-TALK, that is the phone number. Text your STEAM to 304-TALK-304. Let's go to the Northern Panhandle. Dale in Wheeling. What's your STEAM, Dale?
Hey, TJ, you know their guy. It's your old pal, Dale. Listening to Howard Monroe this week, and he says he's down 20 pounds from the old fat shot. And pretty soon he'll be able to get into that MetroNews Speedo with Hoppy Kercheval's face on the front. Just think, if he loses 20 more pounds, you'll be able to see Hoppy's face on the Speedo.
Thank you, Dale. Appreciate it. Have a good weekend. 800-765-TALK. 800-765-8255. Got a couple of phone lines cleared. Let's get some more of the text teams at 304-TALK-304.
Take a little time to cleanse that from the old palate. Get that out of the noggin. Best time to buy Peeps, Tuesday after Easter. You can get them at 25 cents a box for $5. I can keep myself in Peeps until Halloween. My preference is to freeze them. How about some actual Stirewalt political commentary instead of more about him, his show, and Easter candy preferences, huh? Now can you interview someone objective who doesn't have TDS, like Stirewalt, says the texter. Corridor H needs to be completed as soon as possible. No more delays and frivolous lawsuits. The benefits outweigh the concerns. Under Biden, he didn't know what stupid things his cabinet was doing. Under Trump, better do right or you're fired. Steam release on this Good Friday. Never let it be forgotten what Rex Tillerson, the first Secretary of State in the first Trump administration, said of the year and a half he had association with Donald J. Trump. And that was, quote, he is a moron. Truth still matters. Someday, producer Ethan will go places. And for all our sakes, I hope he stays there. My Steam today is with myself. TJ made a great Charlotte's Web reference during Spidergate. It's a gate now. And I impunged his motives by implying he was calling Dave a pig. I couldn't go into the weekend without apologizing. Have a great Easter weekend, guys. And you as well. Guys, gas is getting expensive again. Can TJ eat a bunch of cabbage? No. Great story this morning about the young man going to the National Drive Chip and Putt competition. Producer Ethan's doing his own version today where he drives home, eats an entire bag of Lay's sour cream and onion chips, and then putts his feet up on the coffee table. Hey, guys, Ethan likes Peeps, especially the purple ones. This texter sends a picture of what looks to be a discount club, perhaps a Sam's, a Walmart, with a crate of Peeps, and simply says, Dominate William. Cara Keys is a rock star. She gets public service, needs to run for the West Virginia Senate, and kick Rucker to the curb. Calling someone else an idiot only shows that person's true identity. Good steam. Thank you, Hoppy, for continuing to write great editorials. You remain the voice of reason.
Let's get back to the phones at 800-765-TALK, 800-765-8255. Let's go to Dale. You're on Steam Release, Dale.
Hey, TJ and other guy. It's the real Dale Lee. Boy, that other one was disgusting. Filth came out of his mouth. I'm just here to pass a fun fact. A recent study says that dating a firstborn daughter is one of the best decisions a man can make. They're responsible, they have strong emotional intelligence, and great communication skills. My only piece of advice is to make sure it's not your own daughter.
Thanks, Dale. We appreciate that. Let's go to Scott. You're on Steam Release. Hey, Scott.
Hey, guys. What a couple powder puffs you two are. You had one of the state legislators on bragging about the vaping bill they put out to stop vaping, and that vaping would make kids do drugs. And neither one of you called him to the table on it to see where the proof of that was. And you just let him go on and on. toughen up a little bit and just quit being little sissies, just letting anybody tell you what you want and just believe in it. So there you go. You guys have a great weekend.
You as well, Scott. 800-765-TALK, 800-765-8255. You can text yours team to 304-TALK-304. Pediatric primary care at WVU Medicine is never far away. Our pediatricians are here for everything your child needs, whether it's a well child or unexpected visit. You have local teams, convenient access to our expert pediatric primary care team. Visit WVUkids.com to schedule an appointment. Back in a moment. Last call for phone calls, last call for text. Steam Release continues right after this.
Tens of thousands of hardworking West Virginians earn their living in our state's growing natural gas industry, including thousands for Antero Resources, West Virginia's top natural gas producer. Antero's investments are boosting our local workforce and small businesses. We're proud to give back and invest locally to support West Virginia workers producing West Virginia energy. But the Mountain State's best days are ahead, and Antero Resources is just getting started. Visit AnteroResources.com to learn more.
Looking for a career that truly matters? Healthcare offers stability, great benefits, and careers that are in demand right now. From patient care to technology and support roles, healthcare careers offer flexibility and opportunity. Not sure where you fit? Take the quick healthcare career quiz at explorehealthcareerswv.com. Discover the path that's right for you. Healthcare careers, where passion meets purpose.
We are there for you, to care for you at the health plan. We are here for you.
For over 4 decades, we've been rooted deep inside West Virginia. Through thick and thin, supporting local families and businesses. Proudly serving your neighborhood since 1979. Your trusted partner in the community.
The health plan, we are here for you.
They say you can't take the lottery with you. But now, you can play anywhere, anytime with iPlay, the West Virginia Lottery's official app. From Cooper's Rock to the Greenbrier River, from the bleachers to your living room, iPlay goes where you do. Safe, simple, and always West Virginia proud. Play anywhere, anytime. Download iPlay today. iPlay, the fun, secure way to play, wherever life takes you. 18 plus to play. Play responsibly.
Approach your retirement with confidence. With over 150 years of combined experience, the advisors of the Stike team at Wealth Enhancement Group provide advice and wealth management strategies to individuals, families, small businesses, professional offices, and institutions. With the Stike team, you'll have access to an advising team with extensive resources, a client-first mindset, and a passion for helping transform the lives of those we serve. Visit wealthenhancement.com/Stike today and join the team that's dedicated to your success.
You're listening to Talkline on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
Longer days, warmer drives, and better deals at Dan Cava GMC. Hit the road in one of our new luxury GMC Acadias. Take your pick from our massive selection. Now up to $5,500 off select new Acadias and 3.9% for 60 months. The great deals continue with our large selection of quality pre-owned vehicles. All this and more at Dan Cava GMC in Bridgeport. Shop the world.
Download Metro News Television on your iPhone or Android. Search Metro News Television in your app store. Create an account today to get alerts and watch all live and archived content. Download now.
Touchdown! We're Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, and we're gonna save you. We've got it down to a science, an absolute state of art. We do it all, restoration, cleaning, and reconstruction. When disaster strikes, just pick up the phone. We're Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, and we're gonna save you.
There's often an assumption that my nasal congestion, my sneezing, my runny nose, these are just things that I have to live with. A lot of times patients will tell me, I've tried every allergy medication, every nasal spray, I've done it all, doc. And then I'll frequently say, what about this? You need to come to the WVU Medicine Sinus and Allergy Center. If those things haven't worked, there are new options, new treatments. There's probably something we can do to help. You don't just have to live with those symptoms.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong.
Virginia.
May not feel like boat weather. It kind of does today, actually. But it won't be long before it is time to hit the rivers and lakes. Get ready with great deals on pontoon and fishing boats at Lou Wendell Marine Sales. Check out the entire inventory at LouWendellMarineSales.com. Lou Wendell Marine Sales. We sell family fun. 800-765-TALKS, the phone number. Robert, you're on Steam Release. Go ahead.
Yes, it was a sad day that the Lady Mountaineers lost by 1 point, but they have a hell of a coach, and I would like to thank Coach Kellogg for being a part of the Mountaineers. Thank you.
You are welcome, Robert. Appreciate the phone call. 800-765-TALK, 304-TALK, 304. Let's get some more text steams in before the top of the hour.
Will do. Jake, roll the video while we do this. Senator Capito can help West Virginia families have a better Easter if she will help get the Affordable Health Care Act subsidies extended. People are having to drop their health insurance because of the outrageous premiums. I do not understand why she ignores this. As you can see there, Dave, the peeps are heating up over the fire and starting to turn black as we turn them if you're watching on Metro News Television. 304-TALK, 304. Trump was the lesser of two evils. The other nominee did not have an opponent to run against. Where is Corn Pop when you need him? 304-TALK, 304. Dave and TJ, if you are pro wrestlers, what would be your finishing move? I would guess Dave would use the Stone Cold Stunner. I'm sure he's walked into the building with a Stone Cold vest before. TJ strikes me as using the Camel Clutch in honor of the Iron Sheik. Ethan Collins would use the Shattered Dreams. That's also the title of his memoir. Again, 304-TALK, 304. Let's see here. He is risen indeed. Happy birthday. As you can see, look how black those peeps are, David. I mean, they're absolutely disgusting. Why would anyone want to eat that? They're bubbling. It's almost as if they have their own heartbeat over the fire. I don't get it. Do not get it. Starting to not like Steam Release anymore, too many amateur comedians are taking over, says the texter. Get off my lawn and have a happy Easter, Hoppy. 304-TALK, 304. Hoppy Kirchhoff is doing a Dos Equis beer commercial, the most interesting pasty weirdo in the world. I think that's the last go at it there, Dave.
Cruise into spring with the West Virginia Lottery's 40th anniversary celebration. There are 40 ways to win 4K and 4 cruise packages up for grabs. Play in-store and online and enter for your chance to win cash or a cruise. Details at WVLottery.com. 18 plus to play. Please play responsibly. All right, Mountaineer men's basketball will be playing tomorrow in the college basketball crown after their overtime win last night. Marshall women's basketball playing in the WNIT championship. Again, no excuses for any empty seats at the Cam Henderson Center tomorrow. Have a great Easter weekend. We're back at 10:06 on Monday. U.S. Senate candidate, Republican candidate Tom Willis going to join us here in the studios in Morgantown on Monday. For Sophia, Jake, and TJ, I'm Dave. Metro News Midday coming up on many of these same Metro News radio stations. Have a great weekend. We'll talk to you Monday. This is Talkline on Metro News. For 40 years, the voice of West Virginia.